Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is you are in the world, and welcome to another edition of The Living World of Darkness. This is a scene including, at the moment anyway, the werewolf venue and the hunter venue. So this is a nice little crossover scene. Our scene starts in the early evening with Cammy and Nimi leaving behind flyers in the sept that simply say trash cleanup in Battery Park. There was some fairly big parties and gatherings today, and of course, it always helps if someone's there to pick up trash. And there is just stuff everywhere, all over Battery Park, because people are terrible. And we start our scene with Cammy sending a text off to someone she knows saying that she's out and about, and if someone would like to, they can come and meet her. Or meet up with her. And so we start there with Cammy with a poker stick picking up trash pieces.
Does Cameron mention that trash will be picked up?
Yes.
Oh, good. Excellent. In that case, Rebecca will also bring a poker stick and a bag and all of this pride that she has that Cammy's out doing things.
Jason has actually located a bin and is in charge of the cans and glass bottles because those don't go so well in plastic bags.
They're also not good for pokers.
Nope.
So as Cammy is sitting there and she's stabby, she looks over at Nimi. College kids are the worst.
It's like a dump exploded here. How is there even this much trash in the borough?
Did I mention that college kids suck?
She's gonna poke through an old condom and like wave it over Cammy's face.
No.
Someone had some fun.
She just opens up her bag. Told you we should have brought gloves.
She's gonna drop it in. If. Well, I was expecting, wrappers and bottles, not,
Technically kind of like a type of wrapper.
Yeah, but you see that shoe over there? And she kind of like points to one that was left in their trail.
I don't think I've ever been that drunk ever.
I think someone shit in it.
Probably.
She just looks at Jason and gives him like a wild-eyed shrug, like she's so done with this.
Jason looks completely unfazed, just like, yeah, this is normal.
Good to see you out and about, Jason.
I've been nothing but out and about. That's why you haven't seen me.
Well, also, I've really only been looking at the four walls of my apartment outside of job stuff.
That doesn't help. No, I was actually thinking I might come try and dig you out for a bit. I need to go clothes shopping, and I need someone once in a while to tell me those colors don't match, don't do it.
Ooh, I can help with that.
For sheer hilarity, what is Nimi wearing?
Nimi likes bright neon colors. In her overlay, probably more along the lines of like a pink tank top, black skinny jeans. Bold up.
He kind of looks at her for a second. Yeah, why not?
Cammy does have a genuine look of surprise, not unappreciative surprise. She's certainly appreciative that Jason would even consider her for that. And she just kind of cracks a small smile at Jason. By the way, I never think I got to say congrats on your promotion.
Hard one, but it really just means that we have more responsibilities, so part of me kind of wish I hadn't applied.
There's a fair number of people that feel that way, but as far as interns went, you were certainly one of the more responsible ones, so I think it's a natural fit for you.
Oh, thank you. I try, anyway.
And Cammie's going to pull out her phone and look at the text. I think I sent her the right address. And she'll text Rebecca back, "Where are you?" Question mark.
She'll get a text back that says, "Almost there. T."
Cammie will
And
wait.
then, yep. Go ahead. Sorry, what were you saying?
Cammie will just wait.
It won't take very long. She's been on her way. She did stop to get tea. And soon she's plodding towards the group with her garbage bag and her pickup stick, and the pickup stick and the tea are kind of fighting with each other in the same hand. This is not something she does often. She hasn't planned particularly well, but she did bring gloves.
Cammie will wave over to Rebecca.
She waves back with her cup and approaches the group, and as she gets closer and closer, she starts to slow down a little bit. For reasons.
Jason is still calmly picking up beer bottles. Very carefully with the ones that are slightly very broken. He does have gloves, actually, because that's kind of important.
Much
when
more
picking
forward
up
thinking than
broken
the
beer
other two.
bottles.
Cammie will approach Rebecca with a smile on her face.
Hey there.
"Hey,
How are you doing?" she says, and stops a little bit away from the other two, kind of busy getting her face in order.
Pretty good. Interesting new developments going on in my life right now. Changes, probably for the better. I hope for the better."
Really? What's going on?
Well, and she'll kind of gesture over to Nimi. "I have a roommate."
Huh? Oh, hi.
Hey. Rebecca has had enough time to steel herself, and she's going to shift the bag to the same hand with the pull and the coffee and reach out to offer Nimi a hand. The right one.
She'll bounce over and shake it.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Abasam. I'm sorry, I'm Rebecca.
Oh, nice to meet you, Doctor.
Jason kind of turns halfway around. I mean, you're allowed to be both.
Nimi Beaumont. I am not a doctor, unfortunately.
But you're Cammie's new roommate.
Yes, that I am.
I didn't know you were looking for a roommate, Cammie. That's fantastic.
I kind of wasn't originally. Nimi just popped into my life one day, and I was like, "Would you like to come over?" And then she wouldn't leave. So I was like, "Okay, I'll put you on the lease."
It's like feeding a cat. Except in this case, I fixed her radiator.
Ah, that was about to be my next question. Well done. Well done.
She grins. Well, thank you.
You have already been a positive influence on Cammie's life.
And this, and she'll gesture to the tall person of the three, or the four. This would be Jason. Jason, Dr. Abasam.
He waves one giant, meaty hand. I would shake your hand, but mine are like super filthy and potentially have broken glass on them. So it's a pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you. She looks relieved not to have to shake the hand she was waiting to make eye contact with him, like just kind of that subconscious like kind of thing. But
He's so cheerful and nice. How could you be worried?
well, this nice lady. Well, let's see. Looks nervous.
So, how did you two meet?
Tammy fixed my computer. I had toolbars.
She didn't have toolbars. She had like 10 of them.
Which is a lot, it turns out.
You were
Okay.
on the bad part of the internet.
Oh, her face looks interesting. Her expression kind of twitches through a couple different emotions.
Jason bites back a joke about eel porn and oh look, another bottle.
Cammy shakes her head and looks back at Nimi. I don't think Rebecca's ever been to a porn site. Ever. She doesn't strike me as the type.
Well, I didn't say porn. She could have been torrenting movies. Eesh.
I don't think she would torrent movies either, because that's like stealing, apparently. Haven't you seen the, pre-movie You Wouldn't Steal a Car or a Purse?
That is like old.
But I would steal a car or a purse.
Nimi.
She shrugs. If you could download a car, wouldn't you? Wouldn't that be badass?
Well, it depends on how powerful your 3D printer is at this point, I think.
Fair enough.
It kind of changes the metric, that's all I'm saying.
3D printed car. That's actually pretty amazing to think about.
Aren't 3D printed things usually made out of plastic? Plastic car?
Not always.
I think they have ones that do metal and glass and stuff.
Far more expensive.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But it is something you can do.
Interesting. Is it worth it? Or is it just a vanity project?
Well, I'm sure at this juncture it'll probably be vanity, but 3D printing does seem to be sticking past the fad stage.
Well, I mean, logically speaking, there's no reason it shouldn't.
I heard they were like 3D printing organs at this point.
Now
That's
that is
amazing.
I heard they were working on that, but it wasn't working. Or, yeah.
that is some serious tech I would love to get my hands on.
I'm really not super interested in having spare organs lying around, so I'm good, I think, actually.
You're assuming that I would just leave them strewn about. I have a fridge.
I mean, of all the things you could have spare ones lying about, it's better than a whole bunch of rubber bands.
I mean, given the current, admittedly anecdotal evidence, but I use rubber bands a lot more often.
Then you lose your liver?
Mine's still good. At least that's what the doctor says.
Well, done. She glances at Nimi, offering her an opportunity to describe the state of her liver.
Still there, I think. Haven't checked on it recently.
Micah shrugs. Well, you're all young. Maybe it becomes a little more pressing as you get older.
Probably.
Cammy pokes down into a food cart and picks it up, and as she does, a big old cockroach crawls out from in it. Cammy's eyes go a bit wide, but she hands over the the food container over to Jason and just kind of watches this cockroach crawl across her knuckles.
Oh, no.
He kind of wrinkles his nose, but we'll take the food container and put it into the food container bag.
Here, do you
Huh?
want one of my gloves?
I'm gonna go set him over by a dumpster where he'll be happy.
She's weird. She loves bugs.
Cockroaches are noble creatures.
Oh,
They're very sturdy anyway.
And she will scatter off, leaving the three to their own devices for a minute.
And he kind of stops and looks at Nimi. Yeah, I'll go clothes shopping with you. That's, yep.
Mimi looks so fucking proud of herself at this.
That's the decision. Nimi is going to be devastated to find out that Jason does, in fact, have some modicum of fashion sense and will not just do what he's told. She's going to be shattered.
Darn it.
I know.
clothes shopping. What's the occasion?
I lost a bunch of stuff in a fire.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry. That's awful.
Yeah, dang.
He kind of shrugs. It's just clothes.
New York seems to have more than its fair share of gas fires. It's amazing for a modern city, but
Well, I think a lot of it's not so modern, and the parts of it that are maybe not as well put together as they're supposed to be.
Or it's a conspiracy.
I mean, I
Or-
guess that's an option. Something, chemtrails. Something.
They were getting too close to the truth. The government had to shut them up. There was only one way. They couldn't know that President Cheney was using chemtrails to turn the frogs gay.
it's just going to pee me
There's
that.
so much eye rolling going on. Like they're gonna fall out of his head.
Hey, you never know.
She has 4 successes to see whether Nimi's being sincere. Or what her general emotional state is.
Mimi is absolutely not being sincere.
She relaxes a little bit. Relieved. Kind of relieved. She knows a little too much about government conspiracies.
And chemtrails.
Chemtrails. She's going to start rearranging her grip on her bag and her stick and her tea. So she's holding the tea and the bag in one hand. And start trying to help. Kind of awkwardly.
So, like, the word must be getting out better than I intended, but I was, like, trying to work on an organization to do this kind of thing regularly. You know,
I've been trying to clean up the beach. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an unending problem, but you know.
Every little bit helps. I mean, I'd rather our parks didn't look like this. And she gestures out to the garbage.
Well, I'm pretty excited that you're getting Cammy out of the house. It's good for her. Keep me posted, I'll show up.
That's worrying. You make it sound like she never goes outside.
She
Not as
does.
often
She
as she
goes
should.
outside. But she seems to be very busy with her work. And other things.
Make
Fair
it sound
enough.
incredibly shady.
No. Now she's going to lie. No, not shady. Just she keeps to herself.
Is that what? Perception, empathy?
What subterfuge?
Oh, Jesus. No, I thought that was to lie, and then you had to figure. Okay, whatever. Jason is the worst liar ever.
Well, I'll at least make sure she eats and drinks occasionally.
She does take care of herself most of the time. That's not a problem. It's just convincing her to go out. I've mostly only seen her at parks, I think. And internet cafes.
I only got one success. Oh well. Yeah, no, that about sums up our relationship as well. Well, relationship's not even the right word. The stuff. He like waves his hand. Words.
So you're just here for the garbage.
That's no way to talk about Cammy.
Not what I meant. Opposite of what I meant. In fact.
She grins.
Are you are you here for the garbage or are you here for the company? Or both?
Me?
No,
both.
she's looking at Nimi.
Little column A, little column B.
Fair enough. How did you two meet? You and Cammy?
And we just kind of ran into each other while I was hitchhiking.
Oh.
Dice roller are we in?
Extra
one. Ooh, those ones. You have two?
Depends on if you consider trustworthy as counting here.
I feel like it would count. Sure. On the other hand, is she straight up lying? I have a lower diff if she's lying.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But it doesn't matter because the ones hit me even worse. Okay.
Dice stream giveth, but Discord only taketh away.
Yeah.
You met hitchhiking. That's not a lot of people do that these days.
It's one of the ways to travel large portions of land. When you don't want to fly.
Yeah. That is an accurate description. It's just not common. People don't trust enough to do that sort of
Maybe
thing
they should.
usually. She nods.
And that's the point where Cammy walks back up, sort of washing her hands with some hand sanitizer.
Welcome back.
Send him back with his little Rochi family.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like he almost told me that was his little Rochi family.
Creepy.
I'm really happy. Cockroaches are a very misunderstood creature.
Are they?
Absolutely. They're actually one of the tidiest insects out there. It's just their environments kind of dictate whether or not that they are considered disease carrying or not. In captivity, they are extremely clean. In fact, most people who use or breed their own feeder insects will choose them over crickets because crickets smell bad. Cockroaches do not give off any odor in captivity.
Huh. I'm just glad they don't bite. Could you imagine if they bit or drank blood?
That would be slightly terrifying.
Oh, look, there's more trash over there.
Jason is the only hard worker in this group.
Goodness me! A shiny, shiny distraction.
Does he have a problem with bugs?
I don't know. I mean, I know Jason, but I don't know Jason, like, really, really well.
Look, I will respect cockroaches from a respectful distance, okay?
So are you from around here?
Nah, I'm from California.
I should have guessed. The accent.
Yeah, well.
The hair.
How long have you been in New York?
A year and a half? Almost.
And how are you liking it? The weather's a lot different.
Price point's about the same.
Yeah? That's fair. What do you do?
I was going to go back to college.
Oh, what do you study?
Engineering wasn't working, so I'm thinking psychology, actually.
Good for you. Those are disparate fields, but
Well,
very
I mean,
interesting
yeah.
choice.
I think the world probably needs more psychologists than it needs engineers right now.
Really?
Yeah.
These are pretty useful.
People build a lot of things. Need to build up each other.
Why not both?
Because I cannot afford to go to college that long in New York.
That's a very
As it
good
is,
point.
I'm debating maybe part-time work to kind of supplement it a little bit.
Tammy's kind of staring at Jason at this point, and something seems to just click with her.
What? What? Looks down. I'm wearing pants.
No, it's just... I think I finally understand why you were kind of put off by my cynicism a couple months ago.
Jason looks, because this is Jason, confused. What?
When I came to talk to you after, after one of our coworkers was being kind of a dick, you know?
Desmond.
Yeah.
Don't stress it.
Do you two work together?
No, kind of
Mm-mm.
adjacent.
Same organization, just different fields.
Oh,
But I don't really work right now.
Joe, kind of.
You can't really call volunteer trash pickup work, Gammy.
She
well,
kind
it's
of
certainly
gestures
work,
around.
just not paying work.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely not paying.
It's definitely not play.
Could be.
I'm
But
not throwing trash at you. I'm not doing it.
what do you do, Nimi?
Right now I am gainfully unemployed.
Gainfully unemployed.
She shrugs. I gained a lot of free time.
That's very fair.
But I'm working on looking on a place to work. I fix things mostly. Anything. If it exists, I can fix it.
Really?
Mhm.
I'll have to keep you in mind.
Yes.
I'm really only good for picking up heavy things.
That can't be true if you're studying engineering.
Well, I'm not. Covered that.
We're in the past tense. I suppose I should clarify. If you were studying engineering with any success. I shouldn't assume.
I wasn't failing. It just kind of waves a hand dismissively.
Psychology is a tricky field.
Yep. I look forward to the challenge.
Well, I mostly meant getting employed afterwards. Do you know what you want to do? Clinical work?
Probably social work.
A psychology degree is not going to do as much good as an actual social degree.
True. I could just be licensed clinical social worker. A lot of the classes are the same. And it's less expensive.
And there are some nuances that I think are fairly important. Psychologists are for rich people. Social workers get things done.
That sounds like it's like
Gives her a sideways look.
the saying on a poster in a social worker's office. I don't mean that in a bad way.
What kind of doctor are you?
I'm a doctor of philosophy. Sorry. She just lied. I'm a doctor of politics and theology. Comparative religion.
Huh.
Ooh.
Got a favorite?
They're very similar.
Okay. I mean, I guess there are some, like, overarching themes.
Did you mean a favorite religion?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a tricky question. Do you want to know which I think has the best mythology? Or which I think has found the truth? Or
Oh, yeah, no, that's like
followers
a
I
rabbit
like
hole.
best?
It's probably not worth going down. Which is most entertaining.
I
Do
do
you have
try
a
not to
favorite
talk
story?
about. Ooh, what did you mean to say?
Do you have a favorite story?
That's a good question. No one's ever asked me that.
Stories are important. Before we wrote everything down, that was how people remembered everything.
Yes. Yes, it was. And it still is more than we realize, I think. I do have a favorite. My favorite story is how Ganesh got his head.
Mm-hmm.
That's the elephant one? That's the elephant one, right?
Yes, he's a Hindu god of moving obstacles and kindness. His father is Shiva, and his mother was the goddess Parvati. And Shiva and Parvati were enjoying some personal time together one day when Ganesh was a baby. Or a small child, at least. He was walking, I assume. And Ganesh happened to walk in on them, interrupting their private time, which so enraged the excited Shiva that he drew a sword and whacked off his child's head. And
And this is
immediately
your
was in
favorite story.
a great deal of trouble with his wife, who was extremely upset with him. And in order to appease her, he went and found the head of an elephant and replaced the head. And their bouncing baby boy returned to life and godhood. With an extra wisdom and compassion that he hadn't had before.
That is incredibly dysfunctional.
Huh. So, it's gotta be your favorite for a reason. What's it mean to you?
The gods make mistakes. And love finds very interesting ways to fix them. Often for the wrong reasons. But with good results.
Optimistic, I like it.
And I like that I like the idea of one of the great three gods, is extremely beholden to the opinions of his wife. It's just so lurid. It's so visceral
murdered
and
his kid.
relatable. Well,
For cockblocking him. That's special.
like I said, lurid, visceral. The sort of thing that you would hope someone would remember, so it didn't happen again. Much better than letting it die in a ditch somewhere. Just another thing that happened.
I mean, it's no worse than, what was it, Salome asking for the head of John the Baptist, or
That's a
and
completely different story about completely different motives and everything, though. She's
well,
a
I'm
horrible
just
human
saying.
being.
Well, what I'm saying is there's just, in every religion, there's always stories like that of terrible atrocities committed by people and gods alike.
Often out of jealousy. When I was little, I told a story about how the sun looked at the people in the world, but when they all looked up at her, all she could see was them squinting and frowning because it's hard to look at the sun. Well, the moon always saw people smiling up at it in wonder, and the sun got jealous and decided she would kill all the people because they never smiled at her. Even the sun and the moon can be petty sometimes.
Rebecca grins. And
He's
often
kind of looks at all of them. Oh, look, my garbage! Over here!
not much into philosophy.
Sometimes.
You want to know how the brain works chemically, not logically.
No. Then I would be a psychiatrist. It's different.
My mistake.
No. But logic. Logic is helpful. Comforting, maybe.
But
Doesn't always work.
no. And as a discipline, it's often based on fallacies.
Assumptions.
Yes. Which are important to know if you're trying to figure someone out. It's good to know where they're starting from and where they've gone with that.
If you want to untie a knot, find the ends.
Cryptic.
No, it's pretty straightforward, really.
Do you think so? She's looking at Mimi.
She shrugs a bit. Depends on what you define as the knot, what you define as untying, and what you define as the final product there.
Well, I mean,
Like,
it's
the
widely
phrase doesn't really...
applicable. Makes it a good
Phrasing.
simile.
The phrasing doesn't work that well because it's not immediately applicable. Could mean anything.
Yes, that's what makes it a good simile. Then you just kind of follow it up with more exposition or whatever. Why do people drink natty ice? This stuff is disgusting.
Cammy is crouched down over a bottle scratching the side of her head.
Oh, your hands. Oh, you're getting it in your hair.
I use sanitizer. I'm just. She'll pull out like a paper towel and pick up the bottle. This is Orbitz. Orbitz
Didn't I
hasn't.
stop making those like forever ago?
They did. So
Were
why would
these-
I?
Were these time traveling frat boys?
Terrifying thought, and yet almost comforting.
Wouldn't it make a great movie though?
They'd end
Yeah.
up giving someone like some horrible plague and wiping out all of humanity.
I mean, they made a movie called Hot Tub Time Machine. Frat Boy Time Machine could be a thing.
Hmm.
But I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking, somebody went on like eBay and bought a case of Orbits, which has probably been sitting
In someone's basement for a decade or something.
probably 20 years.
I don't know, when did they actually stop making them?
In the late 90s, early 2000s?
The 90s were like 10 years ago.
90s were not 10 years ago.
Yes, they were.
I feel that pain. How old were you in the 90s, sir?
Madam, what a thing to ask someone.
That's kind of what I thought. She's like eyeballing him and doing math in her head.
Not very old in the 90s.
Oh, a
Not
throwback.
very old at all.
An old soul.
Yeah. There's certainly a lot of philosophies where that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the idea of being my own person, though, and not somebody else. He wrinkles his nose.
Is more that you've been your own person several times. In many different ways.
I mean, there's two ways to look at it, I guess.
More than that, but you're right. I'm not trying to talk you out of it. You don't have to like the idea of karma.
I would like to think that I've not been making the exact same mistakes for the last 5,000 years. It's an embarrassing idea, at best.
That's very optimistic of you.
That's why I would like to think that I'm not the reincarnation of like 17 other people.
Wait, what did he say?
That's why I would like to think that I'm not the reincarnation of 17 other people.
Rebecca's phone will ring.
She doesn't have enough hands and kind of begins a frantic, like, how do I get the gloves off? Search.
Jason will kind of like shake off one of his gloves and like hold out a hand for her tea. Or whatever she hands him.
Thank you. She hands him the tea in the bag and pulls off her glove.
He will
and
hold
pulls
the
out
tea
her
with
glove.
the ungloved hand and the bag with the dirty hand.
Hello?
Shall I hear Salome's voice? Obviously, she's been crying. Like, you can basically feel the tears from the phone, and she's going, "Hey, where are you?"
Rebecca, her eyes widen a little bit and she steps back from the group and turns away for a little bit of privacy. I'm in Battery Park.
I need to get my mind off of things. Can I join you?
Of course. Yeah, we're picking up garbage. You are absolutely welcome. If you... Yeah, you should come.
Okay, no. I'll be right there.
If you'd rather I met you somewhere, that's fine too.
No, I'll go to Battery Park. I need to think about other things. I'll be right there. And she'll hang up.
Bring gloves, she says, and eyeballs her phone, which is already, call. 35 seconds. Cam, you remember Shea? Sorry, you remember Salome, yes?
A little bit.
She's going to join us. She's excited to pick up garbage.
Jason looks, given the fact that the story was literally just mentioned, mildly surprised to hear that name in the present. It's like, oh, that's a fascinating coincidence.
Interesting. That's a good point. It was. That's really funny. When he makes that look, she glances his way and goes, not that Salome. Very different.
Is there more than one?
Also a dancer. Very good dancer.
And he's just like, okay. That's unfortunate.
She seems like she's had a rough day.
Oh, not too bad, I hope. It's been going around.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I think it's the weather. It won't settle.
Mm.
Something, global warming, something.
Got it. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Dropping like flies.
Dropping like flies. So Rebecca will take back her stuff with another thank you. And get
You're welcome.
herself up and
He
return
will
to...
fetch his glove from the ground and put it back on.
So you came out to go to school.
Yep.
And you didn't really say whether you're liking it. Very different attitude out here than California.
Yeah. No, that's true. It's
A little more cutthroat.
Yep. A lot less hippie.
Is that good or bad?
Kind of gives her a lopsided smile. Depends on whether or not you get along with the hippies.
Do you?
Yeah, most of the time.
And the cutthroats?
Working on it. I try to get along with everybody.
You're very sardonic for someone who tries to get along with everyone.
There's a balance.
Mm-hmm. It's an impressive skill.
Kind of shrugs sheepishly.
Go for it, Nelson.
Yeah, Shea will come around this time. Well, Salome is people here know her, and her eyes are obviously her eyes are red. Probably still a little bit red, a little bit wet, but she's not actively crying. She has gloves on.
Good job. Rebecca's going to turn and go to her and kind of hold out her arms, offering a hug.
She'll hug her tight, please. Tight. She feels a lot of emotions there.
She doesn't hold it for too long, but long enough to kind of say, I'm here. And then she lets her go, and it's kind of an awkward hug because she's carrying a bag of garbage and a cup of tea in one hand and a stick in the other. But you can hug someone with your elbows real well. She's talented.
Yeah.
Well, here. You use the stick, I'll hold my tea.
Thank you.
You are kind of out of hand.
Mm-hmm. I haven't done a lot of trash picking up. Next time I'll be better. Get a cart or something.
I shall nod. Oh! Hi, Camille.
Cammy just waves.
And once the latest set of bags are full, Nimi will get loaded up and sent off to take them back to whatever they are using to cart them wherever the trash is going.
Nice. Salome, this is Jason. Jason, this is Salome. He
Here's
is
waves.
a trash picker-upper extraordinaire.
Yep.
Handy to have around. Shay's only like 5'2". She's super short.
He's almost a foot and a half taller than she is.
Oh my god.
She comes up to like his armpit. Maybe. Luckily, he showered this morning.
Yay!
Kind of gives her a, politely concerned look. You okay?
We lost a friend.
He looks very concerned, actually. How lost?
Yeah.
She takes a breath. My friend was... One of my best friends was killed today.
Are you sure you should be out?
Well, it's either that or drinking myself to sleep, and I know I shouldn't do that.
No,
So,
that's not healthy either, but I mean, somewhere warmer and, with cocoa or something. Not alone. But
with other people, and I just thought I should get my mind off things. I should occupy myself. So, no, that whole cocoa thing sounds good, but I'm someone more active. I need to do something more active. So, yeah.
okay.
Do you want to talk about it?
I don't know.
Salome, who?
Oh, you shall look to Rebecca. It was Maxine.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Salome, I am so sorry. What happened?
Oh no, we were at a wedding, and she left saying she had to do something with work, and then she sent a weird message to a friend. So we decided to all check up on her, see where she was, and we just found her. She
Oh,
was there.
out of character. Wasn't Maxine Charles's roommate?
Yeah.
I need to. Where did you find her?
I see she'll tell you, but I'm not sure where it is. Out of character. But she'll tell you.
It wasn't home, right?
No, it wasn't at their place.
God, I'm so sorry. Charles is gonna be crushed. I need to. I'll have to check in on him.
She'll nod.
Does Salome live alone? I don't remember.
She has a roommate.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you need anything, just to talk, something to eat, give me a call, okay?
She'll nod.
That offer's indefinite. Rick's
Cammy
gonna hold.
looks,
Sorry, go ahead.
Cammy looks a little bit crestfallen. She had met Maxine quite a few times. Rough news.
Becca's going to hold out the bag and point to the garbage in a kind of keep picking sort of way. Shay said that she needs motion. Becca's gonna see that motion happens.
Yeah, she has sense emotions. She's doing it a bit fast. Like she's doing it very fast, very putting a lot of energy so that her mind is kind of occupied at doing this.
We were just talking about New York and religion.
It's a big essay.
Full of garbage, turns out.
I think most cities are.
Oh? Just because there's so many people?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, it's like how archaeologists determined who was where and doing what is like trash pits. So, I mean, kind of shrugs. There's always trash.
Trying to find out where the bedings are coming from and get rid of them. No more bedings! Ha! I win.
Ding, 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 ding.
I don't know that I ever thought about it much. Okay, I'll just sifting through trash. She's keeping one eye on Salome this whole time and the other eye on Cammy and is being completely ineffective as a trash picker-upper. She's literally just holding this bag so Salome can put stuff in it. But if Salome starts slacking, she kind of rustles the bag so she keeps going. Do you have a favorite story, Jason?
Kind of stops and I don't know. I was never much of a reader. Well, I wasn't.
Stories don't have to be read. Movies or stories.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, they're all really different, though.
How do you mean?
Modern stuff versus classic stuff and different genres. And I mean, yeah, there's a lot of tropes in common, but it's difficult to judge, everything by the same standard, I guess. Like, Maltese Falcon's pretty awesome. I just got to see Black Panther, and that was fucking amazing. But, like, you can't compare them. Doesn't work very well.
You went into a movie theater?
Yeah, the super late showings aren't nearly as hard to get into.
I was figuring you're not fond of crowds, just like me.
He shrugs. I'm big. They don't bother me much. People just tend to get out of my way. Which is good, because it means I don't trip over like 3-year-olds that I can't see because they're knee height.
Oh, those 3-year-olds.
You laugh. It is a thing. I have tripped over people's children.
I absolutely believe you. They're underfoot all the time. Part
Pretty
of
sure
the
it's their
reason the
job.
story of Ganesha is so easy to relate to.
3-year-olds.
Hmm?
He's just like, yeah, see? Yeah, 3-year-olds.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you could trip over me if I was kneeling down.
I feel like I've
Jason
seen
kind of
people-
opens his mouth and then just
Rebecca talked
No? Okay.
right over him real fast before he can make that
no,
comment.
that's
I'm pretty sure I've seen people trip over you before, Shea. And you weren't even kneeling. The world is inconsiderate.
I shall shrug.
But you know how to be noticed when you want to be.
Sure, yeah. Nod. I mean, I've been short all my life, kind of. Just learn how to get myself noticed when I wanted to.
yep. Oh, hey, this was expensive beer. Kind of squints at it.
What's the most interesting thing you found picking up trash? Besides that shoe.
That's
Don't go near that shoe.
that's just par for the course. I mean, define interesting?
Well, which did you think was most interesting? It's a loaded question.
Found somebody's notebook on the beach once.
Really?
Yeah, not real legible. Soaked, buried in sand. Most of the ink had run. But makes you wonder.
What did it make you wonder?
What it said. Who left it behind? If they needed it. I mean, I use notebooks like that to keep notes in class. So, you know.
So
Weirdest thing I... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The weirdest thing I ever found while picking up rubbish? You can laugh, but my roommate, I mean, she used to be homeless, and I have a big home, so I just, after a while I had seen her, I just offered her a place. So technically my roommate. And she'll smile and nod.
Oh no. Awful. Do I know your roommate?
She's not always home. I don't think you've seen her.
What's her
Or
name?
she's an NPC, so.
Oh, got it. Got it. It's amazing how one finds roommates in New York City.
Yep.
I don't think I found it all that hard to find a roommate in New York City.
Oh, of course not. Rent's so expensive. You're paying $2 million a year for a studio apartment with a 2-burner stove. You have to have roommates, and you got to be really cozy with each other too.
Well, until I can afford to get another roommate, me and my roommate are going to have to share living space, bed space, bathroom space.
Gracious. I at least have my own bed.
Rebecca quietly keeps picking up trash. Her house is amazing.
Well, my place wasn't really meant for, it was only meant for one person. It's pretty much just a loft.
But this is New York.
I mean, it is.
I was actually reading an article on, was it Cracked? No, it was something that actually made a lot more sense. I mean, Cracked sometimes does make sense. No, they were talking about that one of the reasons people were having trouble with relationships is that a lot of people, he kind of does that like little millennials are none of us can afford rent, so people are like shacking up on the third date just to have somewhere to live, and then it's a disaster, and you end up with people that can't get out of abusive relationships because they can't afford to move out.
Oh, no, I mean, we're not checking. We're definitely not checking.
Well, no, but I mean, like, it was related to the look, more beer bottles.
Hey, look, another bottle of Orbits. The hell? Where did this come from?
You keep doing that. Just running away from anything tricky.
I call it artfully dodging.
I'm not very artful.
Mm-mm.
Just shrug. Like, he looks completely unashamed of this. He's like, nope.
Have you ever seen your hair?
What?
Your hair is artful.
But,
I really like your hair. It has a lot more volume than mine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, your hair is pretty freaking
it
amazing.
does? It's pretty obvious because he just kind of like hair flips. Really? He has heard this before and kind of thinks it's hilarious. Oh. Well, thank you. My best feature.
I don't disagree.
You could disagree and, like, I don't know, compliment my sense of humor too or something.
That's not really an appearance thing, though. I'm talking more about your
still a
looks.
feature.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Whatever.
You're also tall.
Yes.
Certainly the tallest of anybody here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You're not great with the compliments, Cammy.
She takes a minute and thinks. You also have very nice shoes.
He looks down at his slightly battered hiking boots. You're fired.
Oh, thank God. She walks over and grabs more trash.
Well,
You know how to talk to the ladies. she smiles.
Yeah. I don't think I could charm her if I tried.
Cammy?
Nah, she is far too savvy for me.
Cammy?
He kind of shrugs, like, if people would like, they can they can roll a spot check.
Oh, yes, I would, actually. Now that you mention it.
Extra one.
One success. Guys, are you kidding me today?
Feel my pain.
Oh shit! It's a tab bucket. Shit.
This is kind of a retroactive spot check, actually, now that I think about it. He's wearing gloves. I'm terrible.
Yeah, botches. She's a cool look. There's a bird on there.
That's good. Neither one of you sees anything. He's wearing gloves. I'm an idiot. Never mind.
Yeah.
So he's just like, yeah, you know, she's out of my league.
Ah, I know what you're talking about out of character. Took me a second. Cammy comes back. Tab, Fresca, Jolt. Who are these? Who were these people?
No, I think they still sell Tab at, like, what's that grocery store?
Yeah, but who actually drinks Tab or Jolt?
The same kind of people that drink Natty Light.
The hell
Maybe
is
it was a
Natty
themed
Light?
party.
Broke college students.
I swear.
It's sex in a canoe beer.
And she reaches down in the bag and pulls out. And what the fuck is a Zima?
Oh God. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, it's a warrior princess.
Zima, not Xena.
Oh, okay.
It's a wine cooler. It's like Arbor Mist, or is
The
it Arbor
hell's a
Mist?
wine cooler?
It's like people that want to get drunk don't have the patience to mix their own drinks because they want it to come ready in a bottle, but don't have the stomach to drink liquor or actual wine or beer. It's kind of like if you took wine but made it out of like Sprite or like cherry soda or something.
She just looks down at the bottle with disgust and just lets it fall back into the bag. Ah,
They're terrible, and they will give you the worst hangovers. The amount of sugar in those, it's bad. It's bad.
Wine cooler. That's an insult to wine. I should know. I'm fucking French. Well,
There is a lot of wine that is not French, madam.
no, but still, no. If
Wine coolers are terrible. It's just bad.
it's an insult. It's still an insult to wine.
I think they originally start with wine and then they just add like sugar and carbonation, and it's. I mean, look, there's bad wine out there too.
Oh, look at it. It's an insult to wine.
And his shoulders just kind of slump. Yes, ma'am.
I really like Yellowfoot.
What?
Yellowfoot, Sweet Red Rue.
I was never the one that picked out the wine. I just drink it. But I like dry stuff. Which
I like stuff to be sweet.
not. Nope. If we ever go drinking together, we get separate bottles, madam. Separate bottles.
That's fine with me. Are you at least willing to try sangria?
Well, yeah, I mean that's different. That's like balanced and shit stuff. Sorry.
That is my drink of choice. And not just because I usually get a bag full of alcohol-infused fruity bits either.
I had a college friend that liked to make white sangria with canned lychees. And then, yeah, like chew on the alcoholic lychees afterwards and get drunk all over again.
Wouldn't they get all messed up by the alcohol?
I guess they kept their texture pretty well. Peaches didn't, though. The peaches got like super weird.
Super mushy.
Yeah, lychees don't get too affected by alcohol. I mean, they become a bit softer, but they don't fall apart.
Jason just kind of shrugs. I'm easier than that, so it, simpler, not easier. Not that, you know what? I'm just gonna go pick up more trash.
Is that a defense mechanism for you or everyone else? Who are you protecting?
Both. I don't know the two of you very well, so I don't want to be like offensive. I mean, that's
Don't worry, I won't be offended. Ask Cammy, I'm hard to offend.
good.
Cammy just looks down at her feet.
Oh, Cammy, Rebecca. When Cammy looks down at her feet, Rebecca will kind of sidle that way a little bit so she can bump her shoulder gently.
Cammy will just look up and just give the pouty face.
I'm gonna peony the pouty face.
I would also, because why not? Also,
why
Jason
not?
is like super confused right now, so
I have 5 successes.
Cheesy peasy. Just waiting for everyone to finish rolling.
Yeah, I won't roll for share. She's probably too busy right now with other stuff.
Okay, with 2 successes, Cammy's got a guilty look on her face. With 5 successes, she still feels really guilty about the other night where she flipped the table and really scared the shit out of Rebecca.
Okay. Making sure I understood the pouty face, right?
Mm-hmm.
She just bumps her gently. Kind of a comradely sort of, it's all good sort of thing. And I studied politics and religion. You have to have a fairly thick skin.
which is it more important for, politics or religion? What's the difference, actually? Because sometimes I wonder if there is one.
Yes, there is definitely one. You can call someone to task when their religion is wrong or when they're betraying it. It's very difficult to do so with politics.
Pretty sure calling people to task for their religion being wrong has been responsible for a lot of wars, but okay.
I think we mean wrong in different ways.
Quite possibly.
And there are many different ways to call someone to task. If you know
Also
what I mean.
true.
With politics, you're only beholden to your own success.
Yeah, I'm not sure I could offend you, and I offended the fuckloads of people. She looks to Rebecca.
I've been offended before, plenty of times, but an offhanded comment or something I vaguely disagree with is not likely to do it.
I have it on good authority that I am cheeky.
You are
Yeah.
cheeky.
Certainly are.
Cheeky doesn't bother me. It might bother Salome. Does cheeky bother you, Salome?
She looks up. She was picking up rubbish.
Does cheeky bother you? Does it bother you when people are cheeky?
Depends on the cheeky.
That's a good point. We have been extremely nitpicky tonight.
I will attempt to curate my cheekiness.
Curated cheekiness sounds lovely.
I don't know, I like the cheekiness.
I mean, if you call, you know, because since when I'm on the job and someone thinks it's a good idea to lay a hand on me without permission, and if that's cheeky, well, yeah, I have a problem with that. But they then they
No,
get
that's a consent violation.
That's not cheeky, that's shitty.
This is fucking rude.
So I don't have a problem with cheeky then. I have a problem with shitty. And then people normally know by being kicked in the face. So she'll shrug.
And in that slight moment of silence is when another person wanders up, looking like she's looking for something, but isn't quite sure what she's looking for.
Does this person also have rage?
This person does not have rage.
Excellent.
She seems human-like, really.
Fabulous.
I
said fabulous.
And just because it's a good way to get her in, she'll kind of wander up towards this group that seems to be talking, since they're doing kind of what she came here to do as well, and just be like, are you guys with that group that's cleaning up around here?
Yeah.
I think we're it, actually.
Yeah.
He kind of looks around, like, there's a decided lack of anyone else picking up trash.
Just checking. I just wasn't sure who, but I figured there might be some organizer or something I should check in with. I just thought I'd help. Points
at Cammy.
For the record, this person is showing no problems with rage monsters.
I never.
I mean, Bush is a little bit at being pointed out as the organizer of this. She kind of withdraws slightly. Just being like,
Jason actually also looks mildly uncomfortable.
I can just go do it over there. I can still clean up without the organization. I just thought I'd check.
No, I'm sorry. No, I am. It's already outnumbered, and I'm pretty sure I'm outmatched and outweighed and outclassed at this point. I may take off. It's been a long day.
This is the Introverts Do Environmentalism group of volunteer trash pickers, she says, and offers the new person one of her gloves. I'm Rebecca.
Hi. She'll shake hands, assuming that's what you were offering. Sophia.
A pleasure to meet you.
Cher will take off a glove. Salome, as she reaches hand. Her eyes are red from some obvious signs of crying.
Salome, nice to meet you too.
hand.
Right. So, okay.
Becca hands her a bag.
Jason will kind of pause and sit down. He's got the giant recycling bin that clearly has all of the glass and cans in it. Jason, I can leave my gloves if you want them. He kind of pulls them off. They are gigantic, though.
It's better than no gloves, I guess. Didn't think to bring my own.
He will give her the giant meat hand gloves.
Sure, she'll put them on. She's not, I mean, she's like 5'5", so she's not the smallest woman in the entire world.
Not quite. But I'm still the reigning champion for tall here.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, I'm not saying that you're probably not taller. I'm sure you are.
No, yeah, just a little bit. But and then he'll pick the bin back up. I need to get this back to the recycling center anyway. So
yeah, she'll pull these gloves on, and they probably come up a little too high, and she just kind of folds them down a little bit.
They're a little floppy, but they will protect her hands. So if you guys want to re-roll that spot check, now that his gloves are off.
Yes.
Before I go.
There's a spot check.
It was for something earlier, but I'm a derp.
One success. I got a success, kids.
Yay!
Is this something I would have a chance to see or not?
I mean, you'd see it
Okay.
probably, but it
Then let me
wouldn't
try.
necessarily make a difference.
It doesn't matter. I'll look anyways.
Yeah, well, she
One.
definitely sees it then, and it's impossible that everybody else does. He is wearing a wedding ring,
She'll take note of that just because it.
which might also be why he's not flirting with Cammy.
That makes a great deal
Maybe.
of sense, yes.
But yes, he will kind of hoist up the big heavy recycling bin and kind of just like weird, like half bow, half kind of like dip thing. Like, pleasure meeting you, ladies. Sorry, I'm running out on you.
Nice to meet you.
Sudden newcomer.
I feel like maybe I didn't take a shower or something, but I understand. Thank you for the gloves.
If you can just give them to Cammy when you're done, she can get them back to me.
Cammy is, and she's going to look at the three people that remain,
Oh,
and
sorry.
kind of guess that it's the one that that didn't introduce herself.
Kimmy actually kind of stands up and is just like, well, actually, I was thinking about maybe heading out with you, wrapping up Nimi on the way. On an out of character level, like I'm about to fall asleep.
We're all dying. Sorry.
Well, Rebecca and Shea and their new friend Sophia can continue along, and we can end the scene there-ish.
Kimmy will say goodbye to Shea and Rebecca before she leaves, and she'll take a breath and offer out a hand to Sophia. It was nice meeting you.
She'll take off one of the gigantic gloves to shake hands because that's just awkward. You too.
She takes a sharp inhale when her hand is grabbed, but otherwise is powering through it.
She's kind of eyeballing that a little bit, but doesn't say anything because that's an interesting reaction when you're the one who offered your hand.
It's progress.
It's my character as psychology.
Cammy probably doesn't like to be touched or to touch other people. But
Jason is intimidated by the fact that he is surrounded by strange women. Or something. I don't know. He definitely looks mildly uncomfortable by the fact that he is outnumbered 4-1 and he only knows one person.
So Jay, you got all the cartons and containers that you could ever want?
Yeah, Nimi got most of the other stuff, and I got all the bottles. So.
Well,
Don't like
we
leaving the
did our
glass
good.
behind. So.
And I think with that, we can call this a scene. Thank you, players, for playing, and thank you, watchers, for watching.